Boxing King Media in association with Boxro, the man himself, Amo Austin Williams, here in the UK. I wasn't expecting you here, and you just rocked up.
Yeah, man, I hit up Eddie Hearn about 2 days ago. And I said, Eddie, hey, why I'm not out here in UK for this build up for this fight? And he was like, I was thinking the same thing. Let's get it done. So Eddie jumped right on it. We got the flights, and I'm here.
I'll start on that actually, because I think the last time I interviewed you was outside the New York hotel in New York. He was walking your dog. I think one of the things he said, like, I need Eddie Hearn to like back me a bit more, put some time and investment in me, and he's done it.
He's doing it, yeah. I mean, closed mouths don't get fed, and also, too, a lot of fighters aren't willing to do the extra to build fights and to take part in selling the fight and take part into being a part of the show. Fighters just want to show up and fight and leave, and a person that only wants to do that, that's what they're going to get paid for. A person that shows up and fights and leaves. Even being here early at the whole setup of this weigh-in and just seeing everything that goes into setting up a weigh-in. The backdrop you see, that has to get put up. The things you see hanging, that has to be put up. All of these reporters that's out, they have to be credited. And, to be a part of that and just see, how much more it is than just a fight, that makes me excited to be a bigger part, and that's what I want Eddie to invest in. And I think once they could tell that I had the capacity to be a part of all of that, then it makes it easy for them to invest in that way.
Would I be right in saying you've kind of backed up all your talk? You've been matched. You've not been matched easy. You've matched hard. You're fighting guys with winning records, undefeated fighters, and you had one sticky moment against Cordell Booker, I think it was. But other than that, you've come through.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. I definitely always been match tough because I made sure I was match tough. I mean, that was a decision from everybody collectively to be at the point that I'm at exactly right now, to be 13-0, in world title contention. That is what I wanted to do from the beginning of my career, and I had to get the right fights, and Matchroom did have to invest in me and opponents and stuff that way, and they did, and I came through every time. And now we're here, and the train doesn't stop now.
It doesn't, man. You've obviously, the Felix Cash fight is the reason you're here. When did that first kind of get put on you?
Well, right after I beat Kyron Conway, Felix Cash had a lot to say about me, about my skill and how he would beat me, and I'm not that good of a fighter, just like every other fighter does, And when I seen him, I assessed it. I was like, oh, that's a great fight that I could pursue. I could have left it alone. I could have just, skimmed over it and not gave it really any much attention. But I said, let me pursue this. Let me start getting under his skin and start, respond to him in a strong way that would really make it into a fight. And I did that, and now it's really being made into a fight. So just my pursuit of him in itself, it just happened right after the fight with Kyron. And it was a perfect opportunity for me. Another top 10 fighter, somebody else I can get another belt from. It's a world title eliminator if we get it done, so it's just perfect.
It is, just to show you a bit of a triangle. Obviously, Felix Cash beat Denzel Bentley, who just went 12 rounds and gave a really hard fight to Janibek. So this will really show where you're at.
Yeah, and I've sparred with Janibek, and I've sparred with Denzel Bentley, and of course I'm about to fight Felix Cash, and I think I'm above all of them. Be honest with you, I'm not in that pool of comparison, oh, he did this, he did that to him, because I experienced all of them except Felix Cash, and I really I don't put any of them on a pedestal. So that actually makes me say, if this is my pool of people that I have to pull through to become the best, then that's not going to be a hard task for me, but it's going to be more about just being the best with them. It's going to be me being the best 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now. That's what I'm thinking about. So if this is my pool, my triangle of people to get into that, then I'm really confident that I'll be there quickly.
There's another British fighter, Hamza Shiraz. Have you seen much of him?
Haven't seen much of him.
I think he's 17-0 with 13 knockouts. He had a really good win at the weekend. He's with the other promoter, Frank Warren. So another potential fight down the line. So obviously, if you don't know his name, I will not go down that route. So just on yourself, obviously, Amo, about 2-3 years ago, you had some issues. I want to ask you, how are you dealing with them now? Are you in a better place, and how have you dealt with them?
How you think I dealt with them?
I can see a massive difference in the way you're coming across, and you just seem like how you were the first time I met you. I think in the fight in Vegas, I wasn't 100% sure, but now you seem like you're back on it, man.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's always going to be a part of my life. I realize that's something that people going to focus on. But if you look at my career and all the stuff I'm accomplishing, there's so much more to focus on. And, I say the same thing every time. I think everybody deals with, mental issues. Of course, it's one of the things on the forefront of my ascent. But it's so much more to focus on. You know what I mean? There's just so much more to focus on. I'm focused on being a world champion in 2023, and I've only been boxing for 7 years. I'm focused on the fact that I fought 5 times back to back to back in a year span. I'm focused on, like, if you're not right mentally, you won't be doing that. So that's why I say, what do you think about it? Because anybody who's fought, they know it takes so much to get in the ring. It takes so much to get through a training camp. And for me to get through 5 of them and win 2 belts and stuff, I mean, that's just a testament. It's really a testament to taking the time and working on yourself, I think people don't want to have that stigma so bad that they had a moment or they had a mental situation that instead of handling it, they just let it ride off in their life in different ways, and then they never truly get past it. But, I mean, anybody who looks at me about that, I think that they should, be inspired. Be like, hey, he went through what he went through, but,
That's the message I want to give to people. Like, what was your escape? Was it like some people use faith, some people
It wasn't escape. That's the wrong word. It was nothing. Nothing about it was an escape. I had to no diversion. There was nothing. I had to look it right in the face like this. Everything I was going through, I had to look it right in the face. I had to pull myself off the scene and look at it right in the face like this, and say, okay, I got this problem, that problem, that problem, that problem. It was no diversion, no escape, no I'm getting in boxing and getting away from this. It was none of that. That was the whole reason. That's the reason why I'm blessed now. That's the reason why I'm in the position I'm in now and can speak from it on a way that I can speak from it, is because I faced it. I faced it. I battled it. I fought it, and I won. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, there is no diversion. There is no escape. And the thing is, that's what's always been sold. That's what is the seller. It's like, if you do this, you'll feel better. If you eat this, you'll feel better. If you practice this, you'll feel better. That isn't the goal, isn't to feel better, because feelings are fickle. They come and go. They go like this. So it's not really about a diversion or an escape. It's about handling it and really like properly dealing with whatever you're going through. And that's my message. That's what I fight for. That's one major misconception I think the world has, which spirals people and sends them into such a dependent state, because they do find something that ends up being an escape, a video game, a TV show, shopping, gambling. They find an escape, and then that escape ends up being a newfound drug or whatever, So, yeah, it's no escape. It's just like fighting. If you want to get through it, you want to get past it, you got to face it, you got to fight it, and you got to win.
I hope that inspires anyone that might be struggling watching this. And then finishing on a big positive, you're now in big fights, so you're getting paid. So tell the fans, what's Ammo Williams spending his money on?
Ammo Williams about to spend money on a whole bunch of more dogs. I got a major kennel coming from the Airedale Terriers. My dog is a very special dog. If you keep up with me, Prince Ziggy Maurice, he can do everything. He's the most.
What do they cost?
My puppy form be about 6,000 each, 7,000. Nothing crazy, nothing too crazy, but they're great dogs. I mean, what I've taught Ziggy, he's fully trained. His mom's a champion, his dad's a champion, so I'm fully invested into him. I'm not really into like flashy cars and clothes and jewelry. I'm not on that at all. I'm beyond that, but being, raising some great puppies and stuff, that's my passion. That's what I want to do.
I've seen it. Good stuff, man. Is there a Mrs. Williams anywhere, or are you just occupied with the dog at the minute?
Just occupied with the dog at the minute, man. I got to stay focused. I got a lot of women, but, I got to stay focused right now. It's not time for me. I got to take care of my family first before I take care of somebody else's daughter or whatever. I got to take care of my family first. And y'all going to see my sister, my beautiful sister, out at the fights with me and everything, because that's my woman. I love my sister. I love my mom. I love my grandma. Take care of all of them first, then I'll find my missus.
That's a beautiful message, man. I want to end it on that because I want people to remember that, because it's good advice for any young upcoming boxer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You gotta You gotta take care of your family first. A man that doesn't take care of his family cannot be rich. You know, that's Godfather. And yeah, my family's gonna be well taken care of, man.
Let's get that on a t-shirt. Amo, appreciate your time, and thank you.